In a world where technology connects billions in an instant, there are still places where time stands still, where ancient traditions, self-reliance, and deep-rooted isolation define life. These are the world's most isolated communities. Hidden from the modern map, many of them have lived untouched by globalization, industrialization, and sometimes even diplomacy. But how do they survive? Why have they stayed so distant? And what does life truly look like when the outside world is barely a whisper? Let's begin deep in the Amazon rainforest, where tribes like the Yanomami still live as their ancestors did thousands of years ago. With no permanent contact with the modern world, their lives revolve around hunting, fishing, and communal rituals. Their knowledge of the forest is unmatched, passed down through generations orally. To outsiders, their ways may seem primitive, but to them, the outside world is often seen as invasive, even dangerous. Governments in Brazil and Venezuela, where these tribes exist, have created no-contact policies, recognizing that diseases from the outside could devastate entire villages. In these dense green jungles, isolation isn't just cultural, it's a matter of survival. Thousands of miles away in the frozen expanse of Siberia, the Nenets people herd reindeer across vast tundras. Temperatures can plunge to 50 degrees Celsius, and yet they thrive. Moving with the seasons, setting up tents called chums, and living in harmony with the Arctic landscape, their survival skills are extraordinary. They rely on generations of knowledge, navigating by stars, reading the snow, predicting storms. Despite modern pressures from gas pipelines and warming temperatures, many Nenets resist assimilation. Their isolation is both geographic and cultural, guarded fiercely against the creeping influence of the modern state. Then there's the mysterious island of North Sentinel in the Bay of Bengal. Home to the Sentinelese, perhaps the most isolated people on Earth. They have made it clear for centuries. Outsiders are not welcome. Attempts to contact them have ended in violence. Protected by Indian law, no one is allowed to approach the island. Satellite images suggest they still hunt and gather. Fire is still used. There are no signs of agriculture or metal tools. Their language is unrecorded. They are a people frozen in time, perhaps going back thousands of years, yet fiercely sovereign over their tiny forested island. In the highlands of Papua New Guinea, hundreds of tribal groups live in rugged terrain, often unreachable by road or boat. Many of these tribes speak distinct languages. Papua New Guinea alone is home to over 800 languages, the highest of any country in the world. Some of these communities didn't have contact with outsiders until the 20th century. There are still rumors of uncontacted groups living deep in valleys and mountains. While some communities have integrated in part, sending children to schools or using radios, many retain unique rituals, social systems, and spiritual beliefs untouched by outside religions or politics. In the deserts of southern Africa, the San people or Bushmen have lived as hunter-gatherers for thousands of years. Their tracking skills are legendary, able to follow a single footprint across miles of dry terrain. They've adapted to some of the harshest environments on Earth, relying on deep ancestral knowledge to find water, edible plants, and game. For them, community is everything. Storytelling, dance, and connection to nature shape their spiritual and cultural identity. Despite outside pressures, many San groups still maintain their traditional lifestyle with minimal outside influence. On the other side of the world, in the mountains of Bhutan, isolation is not by force of geography alone, but policy. Until recently, Bhutan had no television, no internet, and very limited tourism. The government prioritized preserving Buddhist traditions and environmental harmony over modernization. Even today, Bhutan limits tourist access with high daily fees. Its people live in scattered villages among the Himalayas, many still relying on farming, community rituals, and oral traditions. While the country is slowly opening up, its commitment to cultural preservation makes it one of the most carefully guarded societies on Earth. Another striking example lies within the United States, among the Amish. These communities have deliberately chosen to remain apart from the modern world, rejecting electricity, automobiles, and even formal education past the 8th grade. The Amish way of life is rooted in Christian humility, simplicity, and community. Despite living within a modern nation, their farms, horse-drawn buggies, and distinct clothing make their separation visible and symbolic. What's most interesting is that their isolation is voluntary. They can leave. But many choose to stay, valuing tradition, family, and faith over the conveniences of the outside world. We can't forget the people of Tristan da Cunha, an island in the South Atlantic Ocean, considered the most remote inhabited archipelago on Earth. It's over 2,000 kilometers from the nearest continent. Fewer than 300 people live there. With no airport, it can only be reached by a week-long boat ride. The community survives through subsistence farming, fishing, and support from the British government. There's one school, one post office, and one road. Everyone knows everyone. Their isolation has created a unique, tight-knit culture that values cooperation and resilience. Each of these communities holds a mirror to the rest of us. While we rush through life surrounded by technology, information, and constant noise, they show us something different. They remind us of slower rhythms, ancient wisdom, and the profound strength of tradition. Some stay isolated by choice, others by environment, and some out of sheer necessity. But one thing is clear: their stories matter. These isolated communities are not backward or forgotten. They are living expressions of human diversity and endurance. They may not have skyscrapers or smartphones, but they have something perhaps more powerful: identity, connection, and an unbreakable bond to the land, the past, and to each other. In a rapidly changing world, maybe their way of life isn't something to be pitied, but protected. Because once their isolation is gone, it can never be reclaimed.